Hi, Tom. Quick question for me. Originally, I was going to ask you a question about attention and the ability to split the attention or not to split the attention, but I'd like to now move on to another question, which is about communicating with somebody um, in our thoughts, or basically opening this communication channel in the background. And I would like to ask you about the opposite scenario. What if someone is trying to manipulate us through interfering with our thoughts? Can we permanently shut down the communication channel from that somebody with a one-off act, say, of intention, or do we need a sustained intention to do that? And can we ever be caught off guard, or is this really something to worry about or not?
Typically, you can shut it down, and with your intent, just to shut down, I do not want to receive information from that person. And you may have to keep it in the back of your mind, keep that intent alive for a while. But after you've done that for a while, maybe a week, where you keep that in the back of your mind, you say, I don't want to get it from that guy. No, don't want to get it from that person. Don't want to connect there. Then it'll just kind of stay that way. Maybe you could freshen it up a little bit, a month later or something, but I think you'll find that it will stay that way. And you don't have to keep pushing on it or working on it. They just won't be able, you reject any communication from them. So it's a matter of just closing that portal out so they can't get through to you. So yes, you can do that. If somebody's trying to bother you, somebody's trying to annoy you, somebody's trying to hurt you, somebody's trying to give you bad health, do things to you, there's a few differences here. One, if you have no fear, if you're not afraid of what they can do to you, then there's very little they can do to you. If you have fear, that person, he or she is a witch doctor and they sent me a little doll with a pin in it and other sorts of things, then I'm in trouble and you're fearful, then they can indeed hurt you. But they hurt you through your own fear. It's your fear is the connection that they have. It's a connection you have to them. You think of them and you're fearful. You can't stop thinking about them because you're fearful. They come up into your mind all the time because you're afraid. And all that does is keeps that connection open and connected. So it's your own fear that is the problem. Well, it's at least part of the problem. The other person is a part of the problem too, but your fear is what gives them access to you. So if you're not fearful, then really nobody can bother you. Nobody's going to put thoughts in your mind that are a problem. Those all generally play on your fear. But if you just don't want even any kind of connection, then you close the portal with your intent. Now, that's something that people who are empaths often need to learn because they're open to everybody and they get overwhelmed with information and they have to learn how to turn that off. And you can do that very, very, very in detail. If you're an empath and you're in a big grocery store and there's 200 people in there or some big department store or something, and you're getting all the stuff, you can shut them all out. You can shut only those out that have blonde hair and blue eyes. You can shut out only those people who are older than 10. Your intention can slice it and dice that any way you want, and that's the way it'll work. If you say, I only want to get information from people who are 10 years old and younger, and you'll just hear the children. You won't hear anything else. So your intention can, it's not necessarily a 1 and a 0, I guess is what I'm telling you. You can set all sorts of conditions on that intent. I only want to hear from this person if they're positive. If they're negative and going to, go off on a negative rant, I'm closed. I don't want to hear it. And you'll only hear from them if they're positive. So it's not just to shut them out or open it up, but you can put all sorts of conditions on it if you like, and that will also work.
Thank you, Tom. The extended answer was really, really important to me, because I am an empath, and it's not just shutting down communication from people who are hostile, but generally speaking, creating a space for relaxation for myself as well. So thank you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes.